Well, our next guest, electrifying country duo fronted by two brothers hailing from Greenville, Tennessee. They join us now to talk about their song True Colors that became #1 on the iTunes chart. Welcome to the program, Seth Duggar and Jordan Duggar of the Duggar Band. It is good to have you guys here. Not to be confused with a reality show. I'll just get that off the table because we did have questions from our crew. But congratulations on the song True Colors. I know it means a lot to you. Very patriotic. And I know you co-wrote this, right, with a man who served in Afghanistan.
Yes, we got set up to write with two guys we had never met before, actually, on this song. And so we spent the first hour or so in the writing room just kind of getting to know each other. And before that session, we had no idea that he had served in Afghanistan, but got to know each of the guys. And that was a really cool thing for us to be in the same room as a vet in a writing session. And then we just happened to have the idea to write a patriotic song that day.
Seth, I know you guys have released several albums. The idea of really honing in on a patriotic song, that was something that was your mission, and released it. I know it's been out for a little while now, but it really seems like it's getting elevated to be #1 on the iTunes chart. Talk about that, why this meant a lot for you to get this story out.
Yeah, we've always wanted to write a patriotic song. You know, you grow up, we've sang God Bless the USA so many times in our shows, even once we were little kids. We've always wanted to kind of add to that. You know, you've got people like Toby Keith and Lee Greenwood who've put out many great patriotic songs, and we wanted to kind of throw our hat in the ring to write something that would kind of stand up along with those. You don't want to write something that falls short, and so we've always wanted to. We just felt like this was the right opportunity, and we were thankful that we were able to do it that day.
8th generation, God-fearing blue collar with the flag waving. It is some great lyrics in this song. There was a little controversy. I know a local TV station said they didn't want you to perform the song. They felt like it might be kind of partisan, and I think kind of revoked the performance. And it got some controversy, and I think it really worked to your benefit. It blew the song up because everybody wanted to know what's happening here. So really people have been tuning into the song because of that, right?
Right, we were set to perform the song here in Nashville and received an email about 36 hours before the performance that we were still welcome on the show. We need to pick a different song, and that didn't sit right with us. And there was a whole long email that went along with that, which we read on our social media to let people know why we wouldn't be performing. And we posted that video the next morning, and it started getting just hundreds of thousands of views. And then our buddy John Rich and some others made their own videos, and combined, it ran up into the millions within, you know, a short period of time. And because it got so much exposure from that, and people kept reading the lyrics saying, hey, what is wrong with it? And we were never given an explanation of what the issue was with the song. But it ended up going to #1 most downloaded, not just in country genre, but across all genres, which was amazing. Yeah.
John Rich, the producer of this song, I know you guys met at a performance, but John, you guys sent this song, you guys hit it off. And John doesn't work with just anybody. We'll go on the record and say that. Clearly, he was a big fan of what you guys do, your sound and this song. And how cool to work with him in the studio and have him in the producer's booth for you.
Man, it was a blessing. You know, we've looked up to Big and Rich our entire career because they do kind of the same thing that we do, being a duo, and so getting to be in the studio with him was a real blessing, just to see the ideas that he brought to the table and how he works, and it was just a great experience, and we're just honored to have him on our side, and he's a fighter. He's definitely a fighter, and it's good to have somebody in your corner like that when you take a stand and say, hey, this isn't right, like we need to take a stand for what we believe is right, and to have somebody like him come in and fight for you is just such a huge blessing.
And believe in your sound. You guys are East Tennessee boys, by the way, and I love your song, East Tennessee Sun. I thought it was just beautiful. Very proud of the area in which you hail from. Several albums out, as I said. Turning the Night Up, great album. I got to listen to some of the tracks on that. I feel like you guys write and perform songs that really are geared towards live performance, really getting the crowd off their feet. Am I right in that assessment?
Right. When we first moved to Nashville, we began our career like a lot of bands who moved to Nashville by playing down on Broadway. And so we had a lot of experience of playing hit songs that other people have written and put out. And you have to learn how a crowd reacts because you've got to keep the crowd there because there's many other bands playing at the same time and they could just walk out the door and be at another place. And so I think that kind of helped teach us the kind of songs that we wanted to write because we could see how people reacted to them in a live setting, and we really gear our writing towards that.
I got to say, I get a lot of fans that will write and go, hey, can you help me out with wedding songs? Do you have any idea? You know, being in this business and getting to interview a lot of you guys. Last thing that I do, Woo! That is your wedding song. Do you guys, have you played that? Have you gotten requests for that?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we had, and some people have had it for their wedding, and so it's been going over pretty well. We actually had the opportunity. We released a music video for it to have our grandparents in the music video, which was really special for us, getting to see some pictures from whenever they were first dating back in the 60s. And then the closing shot was them sitting on the front porch just holding each other's hand, and it was just a really cool moment for us.
How sweet to be able to have that too.
Yeah.
Amazing. You guys, great guys. So nice to have you in the studio. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. Jordan, Seth, Duggar, thank you again. The Duggar Band. We're going to be following you online and find out where you're going to be performing next. Everything on your socials?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the place to